Good morning, students. Myself, Professor Sheetal Bhausar, and in this lecture series, we learn about the advanced JavaScript. Right? We already learn about some basic concepts of the JavaScript as well as the if statement, switch statement, and some loops. Right? In those loops, we learned about the for loop, do while loop, and while loop. Right, students? So from today, we learn about the break and continue statement. We already know about the break statement, right? So what is a break statement? Break statement is used to jump out of the loop. It is used to make an early exit from a loop. We already learned about the break statement in switch case, right? What happened in the switch case? When control goes to the break, it exited the switch statement, right? यानी जब आपका कंट्रोल किसी ब्रेक स्टेटमेंट में आ जाता था, आप स्विच केस से बाहर आ जाते थे, राइट? सो दैट इज द मेन यूज ऑफ द ब्रेक स्टेटमेंट. इट इज यूज टू मेक एन अर्ली एग्जिट फ्रॉम अ लूप. मीन्स लूप का एग्जीक्यूशन चल रहा है और उसके बीच में अगर आपको एग्जिट लेना है, दैट टाइम यू यूज द ब्रेक स्टेटमेंट. सो व्हेन कीवर्ड ब्रेक इज एनकाउंटर्ड इनसाइड द लूप, control automatically passes to the next statement after the loop. Means वैसे ही आप for break statement we use the break keyword, right? When that break keyword is encountered inside the loop, control automatically exit the loop, right? You can exit from a loop and execute the next statement of the loop. लूप के बाद अगर कोई स्टेटमेंट आप लिखते हो तो वो स्टेटमेंट एग्जीक्यूट होगी. दैट इज द यूज ऑफ द ब्रेक स्टेटमेंट. सो but sometimes in looping it may be necessary to skip statement block and take the control at the beginning for next iteration. This is done by the using continue statement in JavaScript. Means क्या होता है कि आपको जो लूप है वो पूरा का पूरा एग्जिट नहीं करना है. In between the loop execution, we don't want to exit from the loop. Instead of that, we want to go beginning of the next iteration, right? Means क्या होता है ना कि आप for loop में अगर जाते हो और कुछ iteration सिर्फ आपको या फिर कुछ steps आपको skip करने, that time आप जो है वो continue यूज करेंगे. We will discuss it briefly in next slide. Okay, so break statement jumps out for a loop. Okay, and the continue statement jumps over one iteration in the loop. Okay, सिर्फ वन इटरेशन पे से वो जंप करेगा, पूरा जो है आपका लूप को एग्जिट नहीं करेगा when you use the continue statement. For break statement we use the break keyword, and for the continue statement we use the continue statement reserve word. Okay, student. So now the break statement. We already use break statement in switch case. The break statement can also be used to jump out of a loop. The break statement breaks the loop and continues executing the code after the loop. As I told you before, what happened and how the break statement is executed. Okay, we just see the example on the break statement. See student, this is the one example you can see here. In that we first declare one variable which is name is the var x is equal to 1. So value of the x is now 1. Next what happened, you print the entering the loop, this statement you are going to print. Then here you compare that value of x with 20, right? Here you can done the comparison in while loop. We already taught about the while loop, right student? So here you can check that x is less than 20. Yes, it is less than 20. Then condition becomes true and you entered in the while loop. After you entered, you check that if x is equal to 5, is it a 5? No, because x value is 1 and 1 is not equal to 5. Then you are not going to enter in the if statement, right? Then after that you increase the value of the x and then you print the value of the x. That will be 2. You cannot print 1 because before printing here you increase the value of the x. So that's why you cannot print, or compiler or interpreter can't print the value of x value 1. Okay, so here value of x is 2 is going to print. Then what happened here? Your controller goes here and it check that x is equal to x is less than 20. No, value of x is the 2 and 2 is not less than the 20. It's a true. Then you entered in the while loop. Same till ये कब तक चलेगा? जब तक आपकी x की वैल्यू 5 नहीं हो जाती. After what happened? X becomes 3. You print the x. Then here you check that the x value is less than 20. Yes, is less than 20. You check that it's become false. Then you go there. Then now x become 4. You print 4. Then control jump here. Then you again you check that 4 is less than 20. True. 4 is equal to 5. False. Then you cannot enter in the if statement. Then x is equal to 5 now and you print the 5. Remember, you print 5. Then you check that 5 is less than 20. Yes, you entered in the while statement. Here now what happened? Value of the x is become 5 and your if statement becomes true. Now your control goes here and that your control breaks out of loop completely and you go directly out of the loop here and you print the exiting the loop. That is the main execution of break statement. Okay, so here you can see the output of the program, students. As I told you before that you can't print here 1 because you increase the value of the x. Okay, आप जब यहाँ पे 1 क्यों प्रिंट नहीं हुआ? क्योंकि प्रिंट होने से पहले आपने x की वैल्यू बढ़ा दी. अगर आप x इक्वल टू एक्स प्लस 1 प्रिंट के बाद लिखते हो तो x की वैल्यू प्रिंट हो जाएगी. देन x विल इंक्रीज. ओके, यहाँ पे 5 आने के बाद आपका लूप हो जाता है एग्जिट, राइट? That is the output of the program. I think you definitely understand what is the use of the break statement. Now we learn about the continue statement. What is the continue statement? The continue statement breaks one iteration in the loop if a specified condition occurs and continues with the next iteration in the loop. यानी कंटिन्यू स्टेटमेंट सिर्फ एक ही इटरेशन पे से जंप करेगा लेकिन बाकी के सारे इटरेशंस वो कंप्लीट करेगा या फिर एग्जीक्यूट करेगा. सी दिस इज द एग्जांपल ऑफ द कंटिन्यू स्टेटमेंट. ओके, so what happened here? I is equal to 0. You print this message entering the loop. Here while I less than 0, yes, 0 is less than 5, it's become true. Then I increase value here. Then I becomes 1 here. 1 equal to 3. No, then you cannot execute the continue statement. Then you print value of the I, that is the 1. Then control goes here. Then I value becomes 2 now. 2 now. Here it check that if I less than 3, I less than 3, right? I equal to 3. No, it's not equal to 3. Then continue, not execute the continue statement. Then you print here I value, that is the 2. Then here I increase 3. Now what happened? In if statement, I equal to 3 becomes true. Students here, यहाँ पे एक equal to की साइन ज़्यादा हो गई है. Only 2 equal to signs are required here. So I equal to 3. It's now true. So if statement becomes true, and it what happened? It execute the continue statement. तो यहाँ पे I की वैल्यू प्रिंट नहीं होगी, that is the 3. Then here I becomes then 4. Now I becomes 4, and you print the fourth value. Then I becomes 5, and 5 you cannot enter in the value because I is less than 5. So here you can see the output of the program entering the loop. You can see here 1 2 3. 3 यहाँ पे skip हो गया. Why? Because when if i's value is equal to 3, we continue the statement. means we वो जो iteration है वो हमने skip करके बाकी के सारे हमने print कर दिए. That is the main use of the कंटिन्यू. ओके स्टूडेंट, आई थिंक ब्रेक एंड कंटिन्यू को आपको अच्छे से समझ में आएगा. यू बेटर अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज द ब्रेक स्टेटमेंट एंड कंटिन्यू स्टेटमेंट. सो today we also learn about the objects in a JavaScript. What is the object? So JavaScript is the object based scripting language, right? So what is the object? In that every tag is become a object, and object is nothing but the real life entity which having properties and method. ऑब्जेक्ट क्या होती है? एक रियल लाइफ एंटिटी होती है, उसके कुछ प्रॉपर्टीज होती है और मेथड्स होते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ यू टेक अ कार is an object, then properties of the car are name of the car, color of the car, company of the car. These all are the properties of the car object. Okay, and if car is an object, then method of the car are start or stop. These all are the methods of the car object. For example, students, you can also consider a student is an object. Then what is the properties of the student? Student roll number, student name, student mark. These all are the properties of the student object. And what is the method of the student? He is studying, he is writing, he is reading. These all are the methods of the student, right? We can also take one more example like fan. Okay, so if we consider the fan is an object, then in that you can see properties of the fan is fan color, fan type, right? And what is the method? On and off. These all are the methods for the fan object, right? So I think you understand better what is the object is. So JavaScript is an object based scripting language. जो आपका जावास्क्रिप्ट है वो उस ऑब्जेक्ट पे बेस्ड होता है. ओके, सो ऑलमोस्ट एवरीथिंग इज एन ऑब्जेक्ट इन जावास्क्रिप्ट. In JavaScript, object is an entity having state, which is also called as the properties, and behavior means the methods. Okay, an object can group data together with functions needed to manipulate it. When we solve the programs or problems on this topic, then you better understand. Okay, then you will be better understand. Look around you, you will find many example of real world objects such as table, board, television, bicycle, shop, bus, car, monitor, etc. These all are the real life entity. All these tangible things are known as a objects. Take an example of car, which I already told you. It has properties like name, model, weight, color. These all are the properties of the car object. And method like start, stop, brake, etc. All cars have some properties but contain different values from a car to car. Okay. सब कार्स की प्रॉपर्टी सेम रहेगी, उसका कलर प्रॉपर्टी सेम रहेगी, सिर्फ वैल्यू जो आप उसमें डालते हो वो डिफरेंट रहेगी. जैसे एक कार का कलर रेड आएगा, एक कलर का ब्लू आएगा, एक कार का ब्लैक आएगा. सो वैल्यूज विल बी चेंज्ड. ओके. All cars have same method but perform differently. Like properties, methods are also same. Methods are same for all the objects, uh, but it perform differently, right? मीन्स कोई कार चल रही होगी, कोई बंद होगी, कोई फैन ऑन होगा, कोई ऑफ होगा, राइट? दिस कॉल्ड द object and its properties, and method property also called the state, and method also called the behavior. Remember those points, students, because it may be asked in the exam also. Okay. Next, this is the table for objects. For example, as I told you before, car. If I consider car is an object, then property हम ऐसे लिखते हैं, car dot name is equal to Ferrari, car dot model equal to model number name, car dot weight equal to its weight, and car dot color is equal to its color. And what is the method? Method we can write like that. Okay. For properties and method we use the dot operator. Okay. We have to use the dot symbol. Okay. So in the HTML, in JavaScript, how we use the DOM we will see afterwards. So properties and methods of objects are accessed with dot operator. JavaScript supports two types of objects, built-in objects and user-defined objects. Already some objects are already predefined, which is called the built-in objects, which already declared or defined by the developer is called the built-in objects. We will see afterwards. And user defined means we can create our own objects, right, in JavaScript also. So built-in objects such as math, string, array, date, etc. these all are already defined by the developer, which is already saved in your JavaScript. Okay. So JavaScript gives facility to create user-defined objects as per user requirements. The new keyword is used to create a new object in JavaScript. So when you have to create your own object, means the user-defined object, that time you use the new keyword, and this is the syntax to create a new object. D is equal to new date. Here we create the D object of the date. So D is a new instance created for date object. Okay. So what is the main document object model is? So student, please listen carefully. What is the DOM? In exam they will ask you, definitely ask you, what is the full form of DOM? That is the document object model. You have to remember this thing because it asks you definitely, because in previous exam, if you see the previous year's question papers, the question is asked many times. Okay. So DOM's full form is the document object model. So what is the document object model? If you write the program in HTML, then HTML program is your document, and object is nothing but the tag between that programs is called the object, and model which edit or delete or create those document using that object is called the document object model. So DOM is nothing but the model which is used to manipulate or edit your document, HTML document using the object is called the document object model, students. So when HTML document is loaded into a web browser, it becomes a document object. मीन्स आपने HTML का पेज क्रिएट कर लिया, वो जब आप ब्राउज़र पे ओपन करते हो तब आपका जो आपका HTML का पेज है वो क्या हो जाता है, HTML डॉक्यूमेंट. ओके, when HTML document is loaded into web browser, it becomes a document object. वो हो जाता है आपका एक डॉक्यूमेंट का ऑब्जेक्ट. It defines logical structure of document. The way in which HTML document content is accessed and modified is called a document object model. Just I told you what is the document object model. The way in which HTML document content is accessed and modified is called the document object model. मतलब आपके HTML पेज में जो भी कोई टैग्स है, जो भी कोई ऑब्जेक्ट है, उसको एक्सेस करके उसको एडिट करने के लिए जो हम मॉडल यूज़ करते हैं, दैट्स टाइम वी यूज़ द डॉक्यूमेंट ऑब्जेक्ट मॉडल. देन वाई वी यूज़ और वाई वी नीड डॉक्यूमेंट ऑब्जेक्ट मॉडल, क्यों ज़रूरत है हमें डॉम यूज़ करने की. सो लिसन केयरफुली. अब तक हमने क्या देखा, we learn about the HTML, we learn about the CSS, we learn about the JavaScript, right? So when we learn about the HTML, it just created the web page, right? But it is not the interactive page, right? It's just the structure of your web page. And when we use CSS can use to डेकोरेट यूर वेब पेज. सो जो HTML पेज हमने अभी बनाया उसको डेकोरेट करने के लिए वी यूज़ द CSS. एंड JavaScript, we also learn about the JavaScript. Then JavaScript is used to interact with that page, right? For example, if I create a web page, in that I am going to take some controls, and in that controls I have to enter my name, and by mistake I entered the numbers. So JavaScript prevent, or using JavaScript you can apply the restrictions, you can apply the validations on those controls that user cannot enter numbers in the name field, राइट. सो जावास्क्रिप्ट को कैसे पता चलेगा कि ये HTML है, वो उसको समझ में नहीं आता. जावास्क्रिप्ट की लैंग्वेज अलग है, उसको HTML नहीं समझ में आएगा. सो दैट टाइम वी यूज द DOM ऑब्जेक्ट मॉडल, राइट? Document object model we used, and that document object model helps JavaScript to access the tag of the HTML and edit those tags, right? So DOM object is helps to JavaScript to edit or access and edit your HTML document, which become document object when they loaded into the web browser. मुझे लगता है अभी आपको अच्छे से समझ में आया होगा कि what is the DOM and why we use the DOM. Okay, the HTML document model is constructed as a tree of a object. For example, see students, here you can see here one simple program is there. In that, what I write down here, HTML head title. In that, my title is the text of the title, then head close, body, h1 is there. In that I also write down one text. I write down here one anchor tag, and in that I write down the href and value of that href, right? And then body close HTML. This is a simple HTML program, right? So how your DOM model is act, we will see now. Okay, so क्या होगा, ये आपका जो HTML पेज है वो वेब ब्राउजर पे ओपन होने के बाद क्या हो गया, वो बन गया डॉक्यूमेंट ऑब्जेक्ट, राइट? जब डॉक्यूमेंट ऑब्जेक्ट बन गया तो जावास्क्रिप्ट को वो जो ऑब्जेक्ट है वो इस टाइप में डिस्प्ले होगा, लाइक दैट हायरार्की. JavaScript can see your HTML page. This hierarchy is nothing but the representation of this page. That's it. ये हमारा सिंपल पेज है जो जावास्क्रिप्ट को समझ में नहीं आता है. जावास्क्रिप्ट के लिए वो DOM इस स्ट्रक्चर में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा. ओके, सो व्हाट इज दैट? That is nothing but the document is nothing but the your HTML page. In that root element is the HTML, right? रूट एलिमेंट कौन सा इसमें, HTML, and in HTML main two elements are there. One is the head and second one is the body part, right? In head part you can see only one element is there, which is called the title, and in that title you wrote here, or I write here my title, that is the text. Okay, next in body, same in body there are main two elements, anchor tag and h1 tag. You can see here anchor tag and h1 tag. In h1 you write down the text, and in anchor tag you write down the text. Okay, my link, I forgot to write here that a link, and attribute is href, right? So students, in that you can see here, first one is the element node. This hierarchy is divided into main three node. Okay, ये जो आपकी हायरार्की है वो जो है वो मेन थ्री पार्ट्स में, थ्री नोड्स में डिवाइड की जाती है. फर्स्ट वन इज द एलिमेंट नोड, where you can see the tags head and body, right? Second is the see, this is the element node. Second one is the attribute node. So in that href is nothing but the attribute node, right? Head, body, title, anchor tag and h1 tag, these all are the element node, right? And href is nothing but the attribute. And third one is the text node. Then which are the text node? Yeah, my title is the text node, as well as the heading का जो part है वो भी आ जाएगा आपका text node, right? So these all are main three nodes using that attribute. For example, if I want to edit that anchor tag, then I will going to access href and or id of the a1, and then we can edit that tag. And how we can do that, we will see in our next session. Okay. Okay, so with the object model, JavaScript grades all the power it needs to create dynamic HTML. आपके HTML को डायनामिक इसमें कन्वर्ट करने के लिए DOM क्या क्या कर सकता है? JavaScript can change all the HTML elements in the page. Okay, JavaScript using DOM, JavaScript can change all the HTML elements in the page. JavaScript can change all the HTML attributes in the page. Element, attribute, right? JavaScript can change all the CSS style in the page. It can also edit CSS style. JavaScript can remove existing HTML elements and attributes. JavaScript can add new HTML elements and attributes. JavaScript can react to all existing HTML events in the page and create a new HTML events in the page. मीन्स वो न्यू भी ऐड कर सकता है, जो एग्जिस्टिंग है उसको रिमूव कर सकता है, जो एग्जिस्टिंग है उसको एडिट कर सकता है, वो एट्रीब्यूट को एडिट कर सकता है, वो टैग को एलिमेंट को एडिट कर सकता है, वो आपके CSS को एडिट कर सकता है. सो यूजिंग द DOM, JavaScript कैन do all those things, and how we will see afterwards. Okay, so till now I think you better understand what is the DOM. So DOM is nothing but a document object model, is a W3C standard, means World Wide Web Consortium standard. Okay, the DOM defines the standard for accessing documents. वो डॉक्यूमेंट को एक्सेस करने के लिए कुछ स्टैंडर्ड उसने डिफाइन किए हैं. The W3C document object model is a platform and language neutral interface that allows programs and scripts to dynamically access and update the content, structure and style of a document. It is a platform independent, यानी किसी भी प्लेटफॉर्म पे, किसी भी ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम पे आप उसे वर्क कर सकते हो. ओके, सो here we stop here, and next topic we will discuss in next session, students. because that is very vast topic, and I want require more time to explain those topics very briefly. So till now, bye, and just study hard and focus on your 12th standard. Okay, students, take care, goodbye.